Hey, what's up, guys? It's Matt Modi with OddsJam, and I'm incredibly excited for this upcoming NFL season. I'm also pumped because sportsbooks are finally starting to post their Week 1 odds. So I've noticed that the OddsJam Positive EV page is starting to fill up with some early bets. I immediately hopped on this. I placed a couple bets. I have one specifically for this video. It's a parlay that I'm super pumped about. I think it's really good. I've already hit it. I'm probably going to hit it again as the odds keep going in. But what I'm looking at here it's a parlay of the money line between the Broncos and the Saints. So parlays are generally not profitable, but a two-leg parlay like this with pretty good odds for both teams, I think is okay. Especially when you can get positive EV parlays, I think is where things are good to go. So I ended up locking this one in, as you can see on the screen here, posted my bet slip. But let's talk about the math behind each bet individually. Let's talk about why I like it for football reasons, and then let's talk about the parlay math. But first things first, let's talk about the math of the Broncos money line. So, of course, I got it from OddsJam using the positive EV page. These lines here are pulled from the most accurate bookmaker in the world. These lines, even though they're early, are going to have the most efficient betting market. They're going to be the most accurate odds in terms of what they should be priced at, according to the sharps and the betting market and all that stuff. So has the Broncos money line priced at minus 213. With the VIG removed, it's essentially minus 196, minus 197. So anywhere in which we are getting more favorable odds on the Broncos side than minus 196 is going to be positive EV, which is exactly what this one is at minus 180. On the flip side, if we could get Seattle's money line from plus 197 or higher, like plus 200 or above, that would be positive EV, but that's not the case here. So the Broncos money line at minus 180, it's positive expected value with a profit margin of about 3.12%. Another reason why I like it, I opened it up in a new tab, and you can see no other book has it for in the minus 190s, or minus 100s, I should say, except for DraftKings, which has it at minus 190. But every other book has it in the 200s, with MGM and PointsBet exactly at 200, with FanDuel and BetRivers at minus 210. Then, of course, the OddsJam line at minus 213. So I ended up absolutely loving this bet. I also like it just for football reasons. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to understand Russell Wilson's first game back, first game for the Broncos, of course, against his old team, Seattle. The Seattle Seahawks are kind of in train wreck mode. They lost Bobby Wagner. Obviously, they lost Russell Wilson. I still think they're going to end up trading DK Metcalf, but we'll see. And it's just not a good roster. It's just not a good roster. Now they don't even have Russell Wilson exposing the holes that he has been exposing for so long since the Legion of Boom days. And you know Russell Wilson's going to want to come out firing. So at minus 180, I would recommend putting the full 5-unit McSlam on this individually, but I ended up parlaying it with another bet. But regardless, I think this Broncos money line at minus 180 is an awesome bet, and I think if you can get it in now, I guarantee you, unless something catastrophic happens, this will beat the closing line. I think the odds will end up being in the minus 200s for the Broncos money line. So if you can hop on this now, you will get a good bet. So that's the first one, Broncos money line. Let's remember that one. Let me open up my my parlay calculator, and we will talk about that one right after I talk about the next team's money line that I'm betting on. And what we're looking at here is the New Orleans Saints. So their odds are minus 190, again on Caesars. That's why I was able to parlay them together. The OddsJam line has them at minus 225 with the VIG removed at minus 207. So again, getting that at minus 190, the gap between minus 207 and minus 190 has a mathematical profit margin of roughly 2.91%. And again, this is a situation where no book, again, has it in the minus 200s. So a pretty good outlier here, getting it at minus 190 on Caesars. Again, I think that this will end up well in the minus 200s as the betting comes in, as the offseason goes on. The Saints, I'm actually not super high on this year. They lost Sean Payton, who I think is a great head coach. Jameis Winston, I'm not high on as a quarterback. I don't really think they have good weapons. Who knows what's going to happen with Michael Thomas? Alvin Kamara is probably going to be suspended for the first 6 games of the year. And I think the Saints defense, which was phenomenal the past couple of years, will probably take a step back just because this natural regression. But on the flip side, I think Atlanta is going to have the worst record in the NFL. I think they are the worst team in the NFL by far. Their defense is terrible. Their quarterback is either going to be a rookie or Marcus Mariota, who hasn't been a good quarterback. They probably have the worst skill positions in the entire NFL, with Calvin Ridley being suspended. They lost Russell Gage to the Bucs. Kyle Pitts is a great tight end, and they drafted rookie Drake London, but they have nothing else going for them on offense. Defensively, they have some talent, but overall, they're just a sieve, and I'm not quite sure that their head coach is any good. I'm not quite sure that he is that good of a head coach. I wasn't super impressed with what I saw from Arthur Smith last year, and I think he's going to get fired at the end of the year, and if I had to give a prediction, the Falcons are going to be the worst team in the NFL. So parlaying these together, if you put them in a parlay calculator, so I put 25 on it, I got it at minus 190, it was minus 180, and minus 190. So the odds here are plus 137. So it's about $25 to profit 35. So payout of just under $60, which is pretty good. Kept it light for now as I'm waiting for more information to come in. I'll probably end up hitting this for way more. So I got it for odds of plus 137. But if we want to look at the implied odds of this based on the no vig odds, let's call it minus 197 and minus 207. We see that this really should be priced at, if I type it in here, minus 197, minus 207. This should be priced at plus 123. So they're two individual positive expected value plays combined into a parlay, making it a positive expected value parlay. So I recommend if you want to take them individually, do so. I don't love the juice of minus 180 and minus 190, which is why I parlayed them together for plus odds. But I think this is an awesome parlay that, who knows, maybe I'll end up taking them individually after I do a little bit more research. But regardless, I recommend locking that in. Again, I already did. You see the screenshot here. And hit me up with your thoughts. Hit me up at my Twitter handle, Modi_Matt. I absolutely love talking football. Hopefully you can sense it in the video, in my voice. And if, comment on the video, hit me up on Twitter with any thoughts. Then other than that, would appreciate if you could like the video, subscribe, and then share with your friends so they can roast me as well if they disagreed. But that's all I got for you. So thanks for watching, and have a good one.